Hey Scorpio, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorps, thank you so much for being patient and chilled out with me, for your love, support, likes, shares, subscribes, comments. I appreciate each and every single one of you. So I'm going to run through this real quick and then move on and we'll get into your reading. So Scorpio, for those of you who may be local to me, you know I've closed my retail space, and if not, now you do know, and I'm sorry for you to find out this way. But this past week, I'm sorry the mid-months didn't get out prior to mid-month because I was making that massive move from 2,000 square feet to much smaller. You can see all my herbs, 185 plus herbs and everything else that I've got going on in my world. So it just took some time to really get through things, and now I'm still sorting through everything. But everything has moved to the website, to holisticallyzenwv.com. There you will find a full list of products and services that I offer. Everything on the website is available for sale, and you can also, obviously order, we'll ship, clearly. So everything is available to you, just as it always has been, and we're expanding online. So it's a cool thing. It's a good thing. It's going to give me more time here on YouTube to do talks and more readings and so many different things. So I'm excited for this new venture and to be able to provide that to all of you. So thank you for your patience at this time. I seriously love and appreciate you. Scorpio, again, mid-month, this will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watcher. If that is you, welcome to the channel as well. Guys, always discern the messages. Do not force something to fit. You will make your situation more complicated, plain and simple. Scorpio. One, I'm super surprised that you guys came out in the very beginning of this series, because you usually tend to kind of linger in the background waiting for your turn. But what I got intuitively before I even, I pulled the card, I'm like, okay, Scorpio, heated up my coffee like I always do, right? And while I'm doing this, I'm hearing, you're tired of talking. And that tired of talking is you're tired of repeating yourself. You're tired of talking about the same old things, tired of looking back to the past being bittersweet. Spirit had given me a message, and I can't remember now what it was. I should have written it down. But the moral to that was simply that you're no longer investing into anything that has been so painful. You're tired of talking about the past, you're tired of talking about the drama, the BS, whatever. It's I'm ready for new ventures. And in this, you're finding a pathway to the self. You are, I got the chills already, always that confirmation, right? So it's you may be looking fear in the face. You may be looking into this unique opportunity. It's I heard that was the other thing I heard, coming out of your shell. Cat hair. No reading would be complete without cat hair floating around. Coming out of your shell. So it's finding your personal power. I keep hearing on repeat, I'm tired of repeating. My jaw instantly started hurting before I even sat down, and I'm like, what is this? And then I heard, I'm tired of talking about it. You could be finding yourself in flux, that you're tired of telling somebody in particular the same old thing. You might, I feel like you're just sitting there observing, watching things, taking it in and giving space to somebody to do the right thing, essentially, or come in correct. I don't, with this distance that I feel energetically, I don't feel like they are. And that could be what is bittersweet. Not seeing things reciprocated is what Spirit is saying. So, Scorps, we're going to dive in. I will tell you, too, if you hear any noise, I've got some, I know, a couple weeks ago, we had some construction stuff going on next door. They're doing a little bit of something. It shouldn't be too bad. So, we're going to pull the cards and see what comes up for you. But those were the intuitive messages, anyhow. Pardon the red eyes. I got a shower. Pardon the messy hair. It's wet. I'm not blow drying it. I'm lazy. I'm not going to lie. And it damages your hair. So, oh well. I think you guys are used to my this is real life spiel all the time. All right, Scorps, let's see. Spirit for Scorpio, mid-October. Understanding it's throwing your hands up in the air and going, I'm done. I'm just I am where I am, and I'm okay with where I am. Emitting boundaries too. And part of emitting boundaries, Spirit is saying that sometimes, excuse me, taking no action is taking action. Just like no response is a response. It's like, I washed my hands of it. I'm starting off new. I'm putting up these boundaries. I'm standing in a place of planting new seeds, new growth. The emotions, your emotional level of things too might be starting to die down. So if you found yourself, sneeze, confirmation, I guess. Thank you and excuse me. Goodness. If you found yourself in a place for a while of being very emotional, you could be coming out of that as well. It's kind of like you're letting your feet get wet in new things, but you're not getting emotional about it. Okay, would be I think the best way to decipher that from what Spirit's giving me. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what else does Spirit have. Belonging. Change. That 5. I see that card of belonging. It's massive change to me. Some of you could be making a move. Some of you could be finding, I don't know, lights on in your home. Like maybe you're spending more time at home now. And it's interesting, like the pink sky in the background stands out to me. And I'm also, and it's fine. It's like moon energy. There's this encompassing moon back here, this very light circle. So some of you could be following a lot of the phases, the stars, following the astrology around certain things as well, how they're affecting your house and home. I forget what is going on. I haven't been too up to date on the astrology lately. I haven't had the time. But it's like you may be starting to recognize how this is happening. The interesting thing to this card, which I've never seen this before, there's a couple of dots. They kind of remind me of ice. So you could have somebody kind of like keeping an eye on you, or I'm hearing investigate you, whatever that's about. I don't feel like it's like a investigation, like legally. It's whether it's just someone keeping an eye out or collecting thoughts, or I heard data. I don't know. Maybe they're analyzing something about you. But it's like you're almost like it's in a space of like you finally feel protected, you finally feel safe where you are. You're finding what belongs to you in life, and you're getting comfortable with that. A lot of time at home, it could be tailored to your family life, it could be just being at home and taking care of yourself, but that be and this longing, like the way that stands out to me is just be in a space to be in a, my God, to be in a space of receiving what it is that you are longing for. This is closing old chapters and opening up new ones. You know, I just feel like you've hit a place of complete peace with yourself, Scorpio, and then choices. But something, there's that, you just watched me shuffle. There's that openings, you could be stumbling over your words when talking to people too. Clearly, listen to me, my gosh. Chapter 1, and then the end. The openings, the beginnings, the ends, the conclusions. Choices. Scorpio, you're done dealing with the darkness. Like, as much as you are comfortable in darkness, you're turning your back to it. Like, again, anything that was dramatic or heavy, or where you've had to repeat yourself, or it's just been bullshit after bullshit after bullshit, like, you're done with it. You are turning away from that. And it's like, when we look at that white in this card, it is peace, it is purity, it is the strength and the courage to know that you are deserving of more. And this 10 is that closing, that ending, and that beginning. That 3 there could talk about third party kind of energy, trying to make a decision around a third party kind of situation, deciding where it is that you want to head next, what it is that you're going to get into. But I think the key to this is it's like you're trimming away the fat. And it's a weird way to put it, but it's like you're trimming away anything that's just not healthy. And it might take you a little bit of time to get through that. But I think that you're totally up for the challenge. So, all right, let's see. And you're willing. I think this was, it had to be yesterday's reading because I did the weekly reading. You're willing to go it alone. Somebody's willing to go it alone. Like you're willing to figure it out on your own. So I think that was Cancers. So you might have some Cancer placements. Manifest and bravery. You have, I said you're like looking face in the fear. Oh my God. Oh, sweet Jesus. You may be looking fear in the face, right? There we go. Get it out. Holy shit. But whatever you've manifested, what you've worked on, what you have dreamt about, thought about, given any weight to, with true intention, I feel like it's coming in for you, Scorpio. And this bravery is like, you know, when we manifest something and it actually comes to us, sometimes that scares the hell out of us too. So it could just be, it's Spirit is saying it's that the time, it's like time and true, like it will truly show itself in due time. Okay, so what is it that Scorpio needs to know, Spirit? Understanding, surrender. That understanding and that surrender go together here as I would lay those down on top of one another. It is like anything, anything that felt like a battleground, Spirit is saying, anything that was felt like a battleground, like you had to fight to get to certain things, or you had to fight to get to a certain place, or you had to fight for, Spirit is saying, your own belief system. You're not going to engage. You know, like you're winning a war that you chose not to fight. Like, it's like, I'm not even going to take the risk of doing this argument or this fight or this investing of my time, energy, and attention. Like, I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to just go, okay. It brings you a massive place of peace. It's bringing you a massive place of surrender. It's bringing you this release of heavy energy that has bogged you down for so long. It's like you're recognizing where you have control in your world, where you do not have control in the world. You know that it's exhausting to have to go these battles, to have to fight these battles, to have to be engaged. It's, you know, it's like you're constantly burning fuel from within you, and you're realizing how tired it made you feel, how exhausted it made you feel. And it's like, I don't want to do this. Like, I want to do what makes me feel good. You're not holding on to that sense of control and that stubborn fixed energy like you typically would. And I think too that part of this, and Spirit is showing me the Wheel of Fortune, is surrendering to divine timing, surrendering to the divine source that is, you know, whatever your higher belief system is, that they're going to guide you. They're going to take you where it is you need to be. It's like they're uplifting you as you put down the load. They're like, I'm sorry, we can't lift anything over 100 pounds, right? Like, this is where we draw the line. So it's like, and you're sitting there at 150 pounds and you're holding onto weights and dead weight. So it's like the more you're releasing that, it's like Spirit's got you up underneath the arms going, okay, we're ready. Like, to start to pull you up and out of this, because you're working on pulling yourself up and out of this. We can't do it for you, but we are here to assist you. And they are. They're truly assisting you. They are by your side. They're also speaking of two passed over loved ones. For some of you, it may have been a grandmother, another one a grandfather, where they are, maybe that person specifically, and as the veil is thinning, getting closer to Samhain, they boosted your confidence. They believed in you, maybe when in the past you didn't believe in yourself. And they are boosting that level of confidence. And as you're seeing these things release, your confidence is boosting. So, you know, you're feeling more aware of yourself, belonging and present, resolution. I feel like, speak up what I say. Like, you could be stumbling over your words. You may be feeling like I'm done repeating myself. Presence is, you know, asking you to be in the moment. And I think for a lot of you, you are in the moment. You may be taking a respite from different situations around you. This resolution sitting in the reverse with this choices. You may be taking time out to think about how it is that you're going to handle a specific situation. Again, it's like, I won't call it necessarily hermit energy, but you are taking a time out. I think with the hermit, the way I'm seeing it in this moment is that's a long journey, right? Like a long journey with that lantern to discover the self. I think you've already discovered yourself, but now you're learning to take each piece, like I said earlier, trimming away the fat and sitting with each aspect that's coming up for you and going, I need to sit with this one for a while. There may be something right now that's leaving you in a space of feeling like you have a tough decision to make, and trying to decide what it is that you need to do. You may be spending more time at home as you sit with this. This resolution in the reverse is saying you could be procrastinating as well on making a choice. That speak up is like, if you allow release and speak up, talk to your guides. Spirit is asking you to talk to your guides and asking them for the supportive release that you need with this particular situation, because they will answer you. So you may be in a space where you need to meditate more, pray more, get closer with your guides right now, because they're going to help you resolve whatever this dilemma is that it is you're going through. When it comes to these choices as to what advice, let's see. Fresh start. You do. You want to start over in something. And I think too, like, you've created these endings, this new beginning, it's waiting to be written for you. This fresh start is, you're allowing yourself new growth. You know you're deserving of it. Scorpio, you've completed hellacious chapters the past couple of years. I mean, you've really put in the work and the dedication to create a space that brings comfort, and you're willing to make the adjustments along the way to get there. Because you know that there's far more that you're capable of than what you've given yourself credit for. And I just feel like there's been a lot of down and out kind of energy, doubting yourself. And I think that this last piece of where this choice is coming in, you may have choices in your fresh start, right? But I also think that Spirit is asking you that anything that's left, anything that's residual from the past, it's time to release it, so that you can have this beautiful new beginning, that you can be in a space of comfort, whether it's your clothes, your food, your car, your home, blankets, sitting on the couch and watching a movie, you know, whatever it is that brings you a sense of peace, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Spirit is saying crafting and painting as well. They're asking you to open yourself up to that. All right, Scorps, let's jump into these other cards. We're already 18 minutes into this. All right, Scorpio. I feel like there's an innocence about you right now. I really do. You guys ever notice, like, some of my videos, I'm a little bit louder, a little rambunctious. Today, a little softer with you guys. Like, it's all about the energy that's coming through, and it just feels, I almost feel like I'm sitting down and talking to my daughter and going, let's talk about this together. Let's address this. Let me nurture you as a parent, and let's figure this out. And Scorpio, I'm kind of feeling like that's the same thing, that you're trying to nurture where you're heading, who you're dealing with, why you're doing the things that you're doing. You really are trying to nurture this fresh start. It is planting those seeds and then watching them grow. The heart chakra. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael. This could be the heart opening up. There could be a need to, I do feel like your heart is opening up. I will say that. I'm going to clarify, but I do feel like your heart space has opened up in the past. I feel like, though, too, you're still in protection mode. You're still, you're like testing the waters of where it goes, but within that heart space is this very fierce lion, lioness, whatever you want to call it, who, you know, one reader, she always calls, you know, well, Scorpio, we got our stingers, right? We got our tail. And I feel like you're still kind of on edge a little bit, going, what do you want from me? If you're coming into my world, what is it that you want? What is it that you're desiring from me? So it's opening slowly, very slowly, but you're still apprehensive. That breaks down to an 11, which is a master number. For Scorpio, please, Spirit. I just talked about that sacral chakra. I've got a hanger of chakras hanging over it there. And the first one that caught my attention was that yellow, right? What comes out? That sacral chakra. You guys can't make it up, right? So your third and fourth chakra, loving on yourself as well, right? That's the power, that's the willpower, that's the confidence, it's our ego, it's our creativity. There's so many things that sit within that solar plexus. That heart is the bridge to all 7 chakras, right? The main 7. That being a 10, starting new, that fresh start again, to build up that confidence, to boost you forward. You're balancing it out beautifully. You really, truly are. If you feel like you're a little off, if you're not feeling confident, work on that the solar plexus. I kept saying sacral. The solar plexus chakra. The heart and the solar plexus needs to be in vast alignment. And honestly, Scorpio, I feel like there's moments where they're aligned, or your solar plexus might be aligned and your heart's a little off, or vice versa. So it's really trying to get those two in sync with one another, because it's boosting you. It's like loving on yourself, nurturing yourself. It's also taking a step back, because our bottom 3 chakras are our external world. But it's like you're nurturing yourself in the external world, but you've gone within to do it. I hope that's making sense, how I'm explaining that. So it's like, I'll give a little bit out in the world, but I'm not gonna be this open book anymore to everybody. So it's like you're becoming a lot more private about who you are, and it may be not so pleasing for some, Spirit is saying. And you're recognizing that you have choices. That adjacent possibilities reminds me of the 7 of Cups sometimes, but to me it's like a lighter energy. And then you have those choices and those conclusions and those endings and those beginnings. So it's like recognizing that you have more options, I think, too. And it's maybe even leaving your options open to certain things, to going, what is there to discover? And I'm willing to discover it. So Scorpio. The sun. The sun. The sun. The sun. I love it. The most beautiful card in the deck. I don't care what deck of cards you're using. The sun is gorgeous. Scorpio, a 1. That 10 and that 1, that new beginning. I'm going to tell you this too. I forget what sign it was, but 1-11-11 came up on the timer yesterday when I was doing the readings. I don't know if it was you or Sag or who it was. 38 breaks down to an 11. 37 breaks down to a 10, ultimately a 1. The sun, the first, it's a whole new start. It's the full, it is the sun, it is powerful. It is that solar plexus energy. Wear yellow. Wear yellow. Behind this, I talked about those third parties. This could be part of that decision. There could be a soul contract coming in. I think your soul knows it, that it's time to let go of any old attachments tied to third party situations. And I feel like you're putting it behind you, and again, evaluating how this new phase begins for you. Okay? So, and that 3, that third, and I'm going to say to you, we end on a 3 under the underlying energy, and we have a 3 there with that endings and beginnings, or the conclusion. So let's clarify. We're 24 minutes in. My hair is drying. I'll be able to flat iron it after this. Okay. A day of me not being quirky would not be normal. Oh yes, Scorpio. Heartfelt connection, I think, is coming in. You're stepping into your emotions. You got the Chariot. You could be dealing with a Cancerian. 2 of Swords in the reverse. There's those burdens I talked about, right? Like, I really do feel like you're plowing down. You could be traveling somewhere. You could be dealing with an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, this King of Swords energy when it comes to your emotions. But you are trusting fate to guide you. You're trusting destiny to guide you. I do not feel like this King of Swords is you. I do think this is somebody that you could be coming into union with in some capacity, but it's like your heart needs to come out of a state of any kind of confusion. Like you may just finally be, that surrender is to come out of that logical thought process and trust your emotions for a change. Because, you know, Scorpio, we get hurt, we go in, we bottle up, we shut down. And I had so many messages just come in. I was like, oh gosh, hold on a second. We bottle up, we shut down, and then we don't trust again, right? And that leaves us in this mental energy of overthinking, overanalyzing, trying to figure out what the hell it is we're doing. What just caught my attention, and with Spirit, is that Chariot feels like your energy making that forward movement. The interesting thing is that this King of Swords is kind of sitting back, and he has a lot of wisdom that he's obtained. Excessively intellectual, analytical. I talked about that house of belonging. Could be watching you, paying attention to you, analyzing who you are or what you're about. This could be in a business realm, this could be in a professional realm as well, but they're very charming. They've got a lot of knowledge behind them, a lot of Spirit is even saying clairvoyance. So it's like, I don't know that you necessarily see them or see this opportunity, but you're open to it, put it that way, okay? Leaving behind backstab and betrayal. All right, what is this solar plexus chakra about? Scorpio, there you are, the Death card, the Two of Pentacles. And in Temperance, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius as well, or another Scorpio. With the Sun here, Leo as well. And the heart space, that heart is tied to Libra and Taurus energy as well. And then the solar plexus, I can't remember what sign that is off the top of my head. But anyhow, Scorpio, you weighing your options of what stability means to you, and you're tempering those emotions. You're not you're allowing your emotions to guide you, but you're not allowing your emotions to rule you. You are healing and understanding the transparencies of situations that surround you at this time. You're really discerning what your stability looks like for you, and you are healing through this process. You are still continuing to heal after everything you've been through. That Ace of Swords and the Lovers. Soulmate, there's that High Priestess, honest to God. Seven of Pentacles, I've said it how many times now. That High Priestess, there is a past life connection with this Lovers and the Ace of Swords. You are recognizing Spirit is saying the gain in moving forward. You could, again, be weighing your options when it comes to another person. It's about what it invokes within you moving forward. This truth is you. Again, I don't feel like you're speaking on something right now. I don't feel like, I mean, you look at her face, like she's just taking everything in. She's allowing clarity to come in surrounding her connections with this Lovers card. You could be dealing with a Gemini as well. But she's taking this in, and that Ace of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, again. But you're taking in everything as it's coming in. It's almost like it's being funneled into you. And you're taking that in, and you're going within, and you're sitting at home or wherever it is that feels comfortable to you, and you're recognizing clarity around situations. But this Death card is that you? Yes, it's you, right? It is that transformative energy. And what I think is beautiful about this card from Light Seers and the Death card, Death and Rebirth, it's a closing of a cycle, the opening of a new one. Again, that conclusion, that infinity symbol that I carry with me all the time. But you see how clear the sky is behind that hood. There is immense clarity. There's bright light on the other side of this decision that it is that you have to make. The Sun, only giving to things that give back to you. And I think you're waiting with that Three of Wands. I think you're waiting to see if something is going to pay off, if it's worth the investment. But I do feel like it's what, I don't want to say 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but she's getting ready to move forward. That heel is lifted and she's ready to start making forward movement and progress. But it's like, yeah, Six of Swords, on to calmer waters. I will say to you, Scorpio, Eight of Swords, you overthinking something? No way. Scorpio overthinking? I really think you're evaluating your own karma, too. With this Judgment, the Eight of Swords, like praying that you do things right this time. The Five of Cups, you know, there you are, Scorpio, moving to the Ten of Pentacles, wanting your security, your stability to be firm. Three of Pentacles, learning how to work with other people towards achieving that. That Judgment can be karmic. And there's two, again, Judgment is our choices. Those are our choices. The Eight of Swords is, am I making the right choice for everybody involved? It's this sense of overthinking, the sense of entrapment, the sense of falsified entrapment that we're causing ourselves. You know, and I said about prayer and meditation, like, again, these cards are every deck is different, right? She's in prayer. She's like, I could be here, but right now I'm here. And yes, I'm worried, and yes, I'm not sure, and yes, I don't know what to do. But again, it's like a call out to the heavens above. Tell me what I need to do to release myself. Tell me what I need to do so that I'm making good choices. But I feel like throughout the end of October, Scorpio, mid to end of October, this is you really evaluating how I always, you know, I say it like so that you never repeat certain things. And I really think that the last massive lessons for you were lessons that brought you to your knees. Made you question who you are, what you are about, who you deal with, why you deal with them. And looking it in the face and taking accountability and stepping up to the plate and going, I'm not okay with this. And now it changes. Now we shift. And I really think that's what you're doing. So I'm Scorpio. I got the chills like no other right now. The hair on my arms are standing up. All right. Advice for Scorpio moving forward. Fortitude. Persevere. Again, discernment. What are you doing? You're evaluating your choices, right? You're evaluating what it is that's coming in for you. Preservation, motion, discernment, fortitude. Scorpio, Spirit is saying that in comparison to where it is that you have been to where you are now, I won't discredit that the choices that you have to make, they're going to be life-changing. Absolutely. But the thing about it is you have gained massive strength, courage, bravery, success. And it's celebrating those little successes. It's celebrating the courage that you've had to move through, or you've needed to, you know, muster up essentially to move through the challenges that you've been faced with. This is life-changing, but minute in the grand scheme of everything else you've gone through. You've been taught, you've been built on how to do this. And you see her, like, she sits in the beauty that surrounds her, and she's like, I'm just going to look at this and really think about it and decide. A lot of thinking energy, a lot of air energy going on around you. But I think it's also tied to your stability. You know, quite a few pentacles sitting here. Weighing the pros and cons of all the things in your life and going, is this really what I want? Does this speak to my heart and my mind? Does this make me feel good about myself? And no, Scorpio, whether it's you or any other sign, like, in order to make room for new things, we have to move forward. We have to let some things go. And this is just yet another chapter in your life that you are closing out and opening up. Think about, I mean, truly, I just want to reiterate to you, think about how far you've come, the challenges that you have faced. I won't say that you can't fuck it up, but I will say to you that the lessons, if you're truly taking into account what you've learned, they won't be that hard in this fresh start compared to everything else you've been through. Find your strength, find your courage, put on your big girl pants, big boy pants, strap up your boots and keep moving. You're a soldier in your own right. You're a soldier in your own right, in your own war, in your own battles. You've fought them. You've known when to walk away from battle. You've known when to engage in battle. You know when it's just time to surrender and go, I understand, and move forward. You're there now. All right, Scorps. If you found this video resonated for you, the messages from Spirit as well, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Feel free to comment, guys. Some of my people out there, my subscribers do, some don't, some, you know, whatever. But it's always cool to hear. And I love hearing from every sign, but Scorpio specifically, as a Scorpio myself, I'm always like, ooh, are they going through the same thing? You know, can't help it. I'm always inquisitive. Nosy, nebby Scorpios, right? So if you found this video resonated, like, subscribe, share, feel free to comment. Again, check me out at holisticallyzenwv.com for a full list of products and services. Personal readings are open again for this week and next week as of right now. So if you're interested, you can shoot me an email. That information is in the description box below the About section of the page, or through Holistically Zen. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Indigo Moon WV as well. And if you guys need anything, of course, I'm always here. So I'm sending you tons of love and well wishes. I will see you all again very soon. Take care.